Alright, we got the drag made up. I'm gonna end up with casting wires in my Corvettes again. Forgot to vent this one. Alright, it's 11:26 a.m. I'm about to light this furnace. About 10 minutes in, still preheating with the propane. I got it running at about 5 psi. Just the blower's turned down real low. That's all I usually use for preheat. 11:47. Running on straight oil now. Nice and hot in there. Things are going well. Put some charcoal in there to 12 o'clock noon right now. As I said, things are just starting to melt. I doubt you'll be able to see it. It's 12:18, and I believe I've reached pouring temperature. So I got my mold weighted so it won't float on me this time. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. Look at that. Wow. Colors, eh? Pink, rainbow sheen to it. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but look at the top of that. It's turning purple. You see that gas is coming out of that core vent? That's good. Alright. We'll see you at the shakeout. Look at that. Just about took every drop of oil I had in this tank. And filling up this tank took just about every drop of oil I have left. So I have to find some more waste vegetable oil. Or maybe just buy some diesel and use that straight. Winter's coming anyway, so look at that color on that. Blue, green, purple, and yellow. I had to repair the mold a little bit here. It might be okay. It might not. It might have a little bit of shrink on it though. Right in there. Hardcore. Get it? Yeah, I did fill up the vents again. This car came through alright, it looks like. Pretty good. All in all, I think it's a good one. I mean, I'm concerned, but I think I can grind that out. Well, I got the cores knocked out. Core for the eye seems to be pretty nice. Still a little bit of sand down in the bottom of the bowl. Of course, I gotta have one of these again. Maybe I'll grind that out. Grind everything out. Grind this out. Grind this out. Grind that out. I think it'll clean up nice. There's a lot of this kind of little porosity on the surface of it. At least on this side. I think that's just because my sand was a little bit wet. Hopefully it's just surface deep. You see the cope side is a lot nicer in terms of that. So the whole casting, getting it always just over 4 pounds or 1.85 kilograms, just for my own future reference. I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but I just got to try it. There's the nicer side. After much belt sandering and filing, this is where I've got it to. It still needs still got a lot of scratches from the belt sander. I got all the flashing off. Filing out these part, I mean, it's still not perfect, but that was quite a pain in the butt. I have to be a lot more careful molding the next one. I think I'm gonna put an edge on this thing and do the work hardening so I can have some fun with it. Ugh, maybe if I plugged it in. Try again. Okay, it's starting to get hot, and I just want to make sure that I'm getting a fairly even bevel on it. I'm not an expert on grinding blades. I'm making this up as I go along. I don't think I've gone too far off the rails yet that I can't come back from. You might have noticed I was trying to keep the blade grinding about here, not on top of this, to get kind of a, I think what you'd call it would be like a convex grind. I think that still get it really sharp, but it may not be needing to be sharpened as often, hopefully. Because, whenever you sharpen it, you may have to peen it every time to re-harden the edge. So, if I can minimize that, so much the better. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. You don't have to pound on it. You're not trying to kill it. You're just trying to refine the grain structure a little bit. This little peening anvil I cast in the same mold as the last bronze axe I made. Which, there's videos about that too. Alright, you can see that I've peened over just about everywhere. Spent maybe half an hour at it. Hopefully this has hardened the edge enough that it won't just warp and bend like crazy. As you can see, it's not as sharp as it was. I'll just take a stone to it. I don't want to take off much material at all because this hardening only goes in a little bit. I'm not sure how deep it goes. If anybody knows about that kind of stuff, by all means leave a comment. But I'm just gonna quick once over with the stone. It doesn't have to shave hairs off my arm or anything like that. Just gotta chop into wood and stuff. Kind of like the texture. Well, just after chopping down that tree, you see that? Edges, there's not so much as a nick, a roll, a chip. It's still in perfect condition. Double flip. It's pretty hard on these handles. See that? Big crack. That's something to keep in mind when you're throwing these things. All in all, in the end, I guess you could say I challenged myself to make something that you can actually use. This one I can use to chop down a tree. This one is faster and more fun to chop down a tree with. As you can see, it definitely does get used. The edge could actually use a little TLC, but as far as I know, there's not too many people making ones that they actually use for cutting anything more than fruit. If you were the kind of person who wanted to use the pipe end of it, it might be an idea to have one handle that has the stem hole drilled through it and the little connection hole, and use different handles for throwing it, because you know, you can get these plain handles pretty cheap, but it's going to be a bit of work drilling a smoking hole through it. So I guess that's what I would advise to anyone, is don't throw with your good smoking handle. Just hang it on a wall, unless it's something that's useful when it's hanging on a wall, like dog hooks. But that's a whole other story. Still going on the left. Look at that on the right. On the right. Oh, 2 and 1. Still out there down the right.